Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This is Success with Srini.
On this podcast, across several of my radio shows, seminars, workshops, I have consistently said that the most flexible individual in any situation is the winner. It's not money, it's not the power, it's not the connections, it's not the resources, but the amount of flexibility you show decides if you win or not. While the concept of flexibility is a very simple concept, but most people struggle with this. And here is what I've seen, that the people who have the highest amount of flexibility, they win because they have the highest amount of influence. So I want to share some principles on this podcast today that I know if you start putting them into everything that you're doing or anything that you're doing, you're going to start seeing results. So let's get into this. The first and the foremost thing that people make a mistake is they want to change other people's beliefs. People believe what they believe. And if you start trying to change their beliefs, that means you're fighting them. So don't change their beliefs. Keep on educating. If you have a message, it will resonate. They will find their own connection with you and they may start believing you. Don't change people. The second one is people's behavior is always driven by the reward. So, in order to change somebody's viewpoint, you need to paint whatever that's going to be the future reward, whatever they're going to get. And as far as the future reward is bigger than the current reward, you have their attention. So you keep on appealing to the desire to change. The third one is a promise. We all make promises, but there is something about making a promise with power. So every time you present, you talk, you paint an exciting picture of what they can expect from you. And make sure that whatever you are telling them is truly exceptional. So your systems, your ideas, your concepts, your products, whatever you are serving or selling, whatever it is, that really is good. If it's good, if they are good, then I think people will reward you even with more later on. In order to influence, you got to influence yourself first. There is a age-old saying that you cannot take people where you want them to go if you yourself internally do not see going there. So, if you make up your mind that it's very easy to influence people, it's natural that you'll end up influencing. I have a personal story with this. Back in the day, when I started becoming, kind of doing stage shows and primarily the hypnosis stage shows, I have my own experience with this. Many, many years ago, when I started going deep into hypnosis, doing stage shows and therapy and all that, and demonstrating hypnosis in seminars and workshops, one of my biggest challenge was, what if I demonstrate and it fails? And that was the biggest fear I had. And then very quickly, I did overcome that fear. And today, when I walk into seminars and workshops, the first question I ask is, are you hypnotized? And many people say, no, we are not. And some do say they are. And my point there is, listen, if you are taking a weekend off, you're here on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you are going to be with me. I planned this event months ahead, and you plan to be here months ahead or weeks ahead, and you are here now, and you're telling me that you're not hypnotized? So, you get the idea. So, it was all about the way I was thinking. It was not about what I was doing. So once I shifted my thinking that yes, I can influence, then it's very natural. It just happens. So make up your mind and tell yourself that yes, you can influence. And then the next step to this is that you need to be confident in what you do. So people have the talents, but something somewhere is amiss. Most of the times it's the confidence. So be confident. And as you are telling yourself that you can influence and you come across confident, also make sure that you keep whatever that appeal or whatever that message is simple and to the point. If I go back and listen to the podcast, one of the things that I could improve is I might have repeated myself multiple times. And everybody who listens to a podcast like this, they're smart people. They don't need to be said the same thing over and over again. But the way I am speaking, there is a possibility that I might be repeating myself. And one of the improvements that I need to bring in myself is not to repeat myself. It's hard because the way we speak is ingrained. It's as old as we are. So it's hard to change that behavior. But then you get the idea. Keep it simple, keep it to the point, and you got it. And then every time you are in any situation, the primary goal is to make sure that the environment is friendly and that everybody around you is relaxed. So you don't get into conversations that challenge the individuals there or people there or put them in an emotional state that otherwise not going to be conducive or productive. So make sure that you're friendly, make sure the environment is friendly, everybody's relaxed. And when you create an atmosphere like that, it's very natural, it's very easy to influence. One last thing in all this is people who take the most are the people who give the most. And this principle was very hard for me to learn and understand growing up. And now with all these years, I see this. When you walk into any situation, and you are in that situation because you want to do something, and you're not expecting anything in return, magic happens. A long time ago, I think this was Jim Rohn or maybe Brian Tracy or could be Les Brown, who said, when you do things without expectations, life will reward you unexpectedly and most often phenomenally. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing those words, but you get the idea, get the point. So when you go there to give something, you are automatically removing resistance from the dealings. And it's wonderful. And I have several friends of mine who are in the agency business. They are either selling insurance or selling real estate or selling something. They're commissioned in a commissioned business. And usually when they go, this is a complaint that I hear all the time, is people perceive us that we are making money off of them. We are not. We only make money when they make money. But people don't perceive it that way. They feel that they are taking away 6% of otherwise what should have been 100% transaction. I explain to them that don't worry about that. Don't justify yourself. But make sure that you lead with service and you lead with a service message. Anything that you are doing. Now, one other thing when it comes down to service is you got to consistently give proof to people, because people keep on asking questions in their mind. They may not say that, but they're constantly asking questions. All of us are asking questions. You right now, while you are listening to this, you are asking questions. I have no idea, but you're asking questions. The unconscious mind keeps on formulating different images and different pictures in the mind. So we all are asking questions. So it's important that you provide proof every time you are in a service mode. And one last thing, I said one last thing, but this is the last thing, that no matter what you do, people will have objections. It's a natural part of life. People who like you, love you, they will like you, love you. People who will hate you, dislike you, they will hate and dislike you. And there is no which way that you can make everybody happy. So there will be unreasonable expectations off of you. So your job is every time you encounter unreasonable expectation or an objection, step aside, let it pass by, and you keep on doing what you're doing. Make sure that all the above, whatever I just shared, are true. Make sure that you have a giving mindset. Don't expect anything in return. Do it, whatever you can. Create an atmosphere of friendliness and relaxation. Keep your message simple and to the point. Be confident. Tell yourself that you can influence and you will influence. Attach some power to your promise. Do all of that. Explain the reward. Do all of that. But make sure that you step away when you are getting unreasonable objections and resentment and all, so that you preserve yourself and you go back into the game. That's all. That's all I wanted to share. Hopefully this is helpful. You're watching this on YouTube. Drop me a comment. If you are listening to this on any podcasting app, also drop me a comment. Specifically on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it so I can reach a few more people. That's all. That's the ask. That's all for now. Wherever you are, be safe, and I'll catch up with you as early as tomorrow. Stay tuned.